Hello, Internet! I am LordMaddog, and we are playing Kerbal Space Program. Last time we cleaned up the base. This time we are going to launch a black hole from the base. We're going to speed up time, let it finish, and then launch it. And then we're going to try to build another flyer for Eva yet again. This will be my third attempt, and spoiler alert, it doesn't work out. I will show you the details why, but I'm going to skip through most of the building of it because, well, it doesn't work. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed up time. Here, let's find our black hole, the closest one to being done. Yes, one done, one day. Yes, speed. And we have ignition. Come on, finish. Close. We're gonna have to move that though. That's not a good place to launch. And none of those, my docking bays aren't working right now. Everything kind of just falls off anything I put on it. Finalize. Alright, wow, look how humongous that thing is. Alright, so with our giant, what are they? Give me a sec here. Beam power. Receiving. We're trying to start up a reactor. With our giant RSIU processing, or whatever processor, it will fill up that tank almost instantly because we have a boatload of ore, and it will, yeah. EVA, let's move this thing. The only place that's viable. That thing's broken. Everything keeps setting down here is broken. Let's try to put that there on top of it. Might not be a good idea. Probably isn't gonna stay if I try that. The new docking base shouldn't have this problem with things breaking off, but we'll try that. Pretty sure it breaks off as soon as I put it in. Yep, it broke off. I can't access it. EVA build again. Let's make sure it's broken. Yeah, it's broken. Yeah, EVA Bill, come here, Bill. If only it would let you, when you go to spawn this. I mean, it's a wonderful, long, simple manifest, whatever. But when you go to spawn it, if it would let you, like, kind of like open up like a map, and you kind of like show a wireframe. That's what I would like. Show a wireframe or the blue outline, and let you kind of position it anywhere on the base. It does not necessarily actually have to be connected to the base either. That way you could really kind of build up a base system instead of having everything connected. Alright, so we have that full. We are now trying to receive power. Okay. It's not getting any power from this. There we go, 33 megawatts. Now to be able to act with that, we should be able to activate my reactor. I don't think it broke off again. Yeah. No, it didn't break off. Just can't act. There we go. Ha. Activate. Okay. There we go. Show UI. Ah, that's what's going on. That bug. And release. It stole all my liquid hydrogen, even though it was full. I hate bugs like that. Well, that's just how it works. I have to reload. No, give me a sec. Skip forward. There, we don't have to wait all that wait time and reload time. This time I'm just gonna activate it without trying to release it, but then that blows everything up. That's not a good idea. No, that's a very bad idea. Let's unreload that. We don't need to do it that way. Skip the reload time. There we are. Here we go. And nothing blows up again. Nothing I can do about it. I don't even know what it was. We're gonna need to move this to a better place. Don't blow everything when I activate it. There we go. Farther away. Activate engine. Make sure this thing's on. Activate. Turn up my power priority. No. That didn't work because I forgot to turn up the power control. Right? Yes. There we go. Now. Yes. No. Huh. Next fusion. There we are. There, 1.3 gigawatts. Yes. And we have liftoff. 15K. 18K. Need to put this in orbit. I want to put it in a polar orbit so it has access to everything around. What the heck? The instant you get out of range of the other stations, sometimes it just kills all power. It like steals it and you cannot get it back no matter how much you try. You have to reload. It's like a weird bug. It's an interstellar bug. I think that's what it is. At least I'm pretty sure. And it not doesn't matter even though if I'm getting power or not. It's it. You have to reload. Yep. And reload takes like 5 minutes sometimes. It's annoying. Let's skip load time. And we didn't save before I launched. Let's skip that again. Have myself move it over. Skip forward into the actual launch. There we go. Wait, no, we're still not getting the right pound production. There we go. Activate receiver. Now it's there we go, power control again. I forgot to do that again. There we go. It's time saving just in case that bug happens so I don't have to worry about it. And launch. With the Attila drive, only have 1,000 delta V, but that's plenty enough, and it'll last for 200 and some years. Permanent energy time. Actually, it should be lasting a lot more than that. Once again, that bug. Yep. Right after, it's what it is. Right when you pass out of range, it automatically kills all power. As it de-unloads that other thing because you were a part of that ship at one point. And actually, I didn't decouple, I did not release. So for some reason, it still counts me as part of that ship. And when I leave it, it busts it. I wonder if that's one of the reasons why I'm lagging so far, because I've left quite a few times with the thing intact. There we are. Skip the load time. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and shoot straight for a complete instant because I don't want to use up as much delta V. I want to go completely polar orbit here. Power control, and I want to turn it all the way down while I'm warping, because otherwise I'll build up too much heat and have a problem later on. I didn't realize though is you don't have to do that. Just deactivate your transmitter and it'll only use the amount of energy that you're actually using. It's a throttle on, so I didn't realize that. So I go ahead and turn this back on, and now we are in orbit around Minimus. Activate transmitter. There we go. And we're good. Switch back to Minimus base. However, I just realized that was a bad idea putting it in no polar orbit because Minimus spins too fast, so it'll never be directly over top of this. So I won't ever actually get the power from it. That's just brilliant. Now we go ahead and build, now that'll go ahead and build it. Don't know what that was building, it don't matter. I think I'm building, we need to build the Explorer. I thought I was already building the Explorer. No one's building a Kerbal Explorer? No. No. Alright, well then we gotta build one, the Explorer. See how long it'll take at this powered base. The Explorer. Load, build. Did it? 14 days, not bad. Alright. Okay, so let's go work on that flyer that I mentioned. For well, first let's go to Eve first and see what we completed. We're just looking at these little sidetracked things here. It said it a long time ago. It said my solar panel was done. Stupid flyer did not work. None of my flyers work. So okay, so that's my up. I can't place that there. It's got to be placed somewhere else. EVA. Put it up here. And right there. Oh, I forgot those things again. Oh, that's just beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to skip forward as I rearrange this thing here. Need to move things around. Yeah, because otherwise it'll blow things, some things can blow up. Blow up. And we're going to rearrange things until it's not going to blow up on me. Alright, so I rearranged things so it didn't blow up on me. And we now have power. No, we're not generating power. We should be generating power, but we're not generating power. That's a bug. At least I think so. That came with it, the transmitter there. I'm gonna move this here and try to get it to generate power, but no, it's not gonna change the thing. I'm trying to get it to connect on top of this, can't. That'll blow up. Time to reload. But like I said, I was pretty sure not generating power was a bug anyway. There we are, it's generating power. I was right. 5 megawatts of power, which is the best way to get power off. Best way to get power off of if you're going to use an any type of production thing off a curve, and you want to use solar, because trying to get the various resources to enact a reactor does not seem to work very well. Alright, so here's where I decide that I could use this system, this setup. No, I don't want to put them there. C key. Yeah, put it here. To power a plane. You know, an Attila drive. So I decided to make myself a miniature Attila, a miniature toy flyer plane. So we're gonna go ahead and jump to the final project, or close to the final product. Here we're building it. You see, I basically all I did is replace the engine and move the wings around. That's what I'm doing. And add a receiver with an Attila drive, and give ourselves some radiators. And position those radiators inside the wing and test her out. You know, here, I'll let you see me testing out, because it's a pretty nice little ship. It actually works pretty well here. I'll let you show it and see the takeoff, because it's pretty nice. Like here we are. It works out very well here. It's got wonderful ISP. It's got pretty far range. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm killing the power on it. I'm going to see if it can glide. And no, it cannot glide very well. So once it runs out of power, it's going to die. But it's got a pretty good thrust to weight ratio with the power of 4 megawatts, which is what's powering it right now. Actually, it can't use at this small range. It can only use up 2 megawatts. So if I can receive the power from my solar panel, it'll enable me to fly. That was my ideal. And here I'm testing the landing. It didn't go so well, but it's still intact. I could use it. More testing, making sure it can land and fly and do all those little wonderful things. And testing complete. I'm going to put one on the bottom just in case. And yeah, we now have a more steady thing from all angles. So it turned out to be a really nice little flyer. Doesn't have a very long range on it, but it can do pretty much anything I need. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little bit more range on it here. Put some fuel tanks in the wings, and then test it again. Oh wait. Well, I didn't test it again. Here I went ahead and I built this thing right there to allow me to send and beam power, beam laser. I'll produce that first. That way I'll be able to actually receive, have a better range on power. That was the ideal. So we go back to EVA and we build. We built it. So we go here. We got it. We built that. Skip forward again. We're gonna build the EVA flyer, and I had forgotten here at this point. I had forgotten to no, what do they call it? Yeah, I had forgotten to when I build it, I forgot to make the front of it the top, so you can't really move it that well. Activate receiver. Activate receiver. Make sure they're on the right infrared. And that didn't work out well because it took the fuel when I did that. So it's one of the many bugs I'm having. And here I am trying to get it to receive it. It's not receiving it. No matter what I do, it's not connecting, even though the power is right there. Both are projecting, both are sending a megawatt worth of power, but I am not receiving it. No matter what I do, I am not receiving it. Alright, skip forward again, move things around. Move things around even more. Yeah, I put that there, making sure, okay, I wanted to put it. I was trying to make it so I can move it off it. Alright, got stuck. Here we go, I got it off the ground to the ground. And here I'm going to direct the laser directly at it. Switch to it. And it's connected. I have it connected. But it's saying facing and 0 power energy consumption, and no matter what I do, it will not actually allow me to actually receive any power from it. So I'm going to jump forward and let you see the next one. Here we go. I have rearranged it and pointed it straight down on top of it, pointed them both straight at it, and still no power. So at this point, I pretty much call it once again a fail flyer, even though it really shouldn't have been a failed flyer. I mean, with this much power beamed straight at it, it should be able to fly and perfectly fine. But no matter what I do, it would not produce any power, even though it should. As you see, it is receiving megajoules or receiving something, but it's not. It just won't receive. So that was the flyer that did not work. I'm not gonna. It didn't make you suffer through the 5 hours, agonizing hours of trying to get the flyer to work that I spent trying desperately. Oh, so desperately trying to get the flyer to work. Fixing up my base. Once again, going through the list, there's nothing ever good worth getting. And going over my missions. And I decide, oh, there's one. Orbit the moons of Jool. However, I won't bore you with this either. I'll just tell you that that doesn't turn out. Because I do have that one rocket in space. So we're going to go ahead and jump to that rocket. Go ahead there. We're at this rocket. And I'm going to skip through this because it's once again dancing around the sun. Really fun and all, but not necessary because, like I said, this is a bust mission. And I'll tell you why here in a moment. You'll see why, actually. Alright, so we get into orbit around Lathe. I jumped toward into our orbit around Lathe. I'm super happy. Woohoo! Orbit around Lathe. And so I leave Lathe and I go to orbit Val here. Once again, I have to do some finagling to get Val to be get into orbit around Val. There we are. We're really bleeding out the target, so we can just go right in and try to get into orbit around Val. Nine there. So we are now within a very good orbit speed for Val. Once again, I'm super stoked about this. I'm like, all right, I did Lathe. Wait, I did Lathe. What? I did Lathe. What the heck? I orbited around Lathe. Why isn't this working? Okay, so I get into orbit around. Okay, I go ahead and finish getting into orbit around Val here. Doing a burn. So jump forward a little. Yeah, relay on Eva. Yeah, that's what I just had to build a relay. That was stupid. It didn't matter. I never really end up doing anything with that thing. There we go. We are now in orbit around Val. Wait, there. Orbit around Val. Up there. Orbit around Val. But okay, why isn't Lathe being completed? This is what my thoughts were. So I jumped to here, entered the orbit of Val. We're going to collect science, and even though we've already got the science from this place, we're going to send some back. And still nothing. Alright. I thought maybe you had to collect scientists to get it complete, to do something along that line. But no. So I'm going to finish this here, and then I'm going to fly out away from Val, and I'm going to go back to Lathe. Fly back to, see, Val was, see, as I left Val, Val automatically uncompleted itself. Yes, wonderful Val uncompleted itself. And so I'll go ahead and get back into orbit around Lathe here. Trying to rearrange my orbit so I don't have to waste any delta V. Trying to figure out what was going on. Here we go. Now that'll enable me to get a perfect orbit around Val. Lathe. Right there. We are now in orbit around Lathe again. Uncrewed, Lathe. Situation orbit done. But it doesn't complete. I think this mission wants you to be in orbit around all of them at the same time for some odd reason, which is absolutely impossible. So well, I guess it's a bug mission, because no ship can be in multiple places at one time. It's just not possible. Because I've gone to a different ship, it doesn't count as an orbit around Val. So yeah, that's just how that worked. It's busted. I came over here to look at it, orbit the moons. Orbit the moons of Val. Destination Lathe. Situation orbit. Complete. Oh, well, it says it's complete at the moment. I guess you have to get multiple ships. I guess it's going to need you to have multiple ships. You have to have them all being orbited at the same time, which is an interesting mission, but it's not worth really doing it. A new base on Dres. I accept that mission, but it must have failed by the time I went to do it. Or I must have reloaded before I accepted it sometime later. Because I accepted that mission. I decided that's where we were going to go next, is Dres with our Explorer. But when I got there later on, after playing a bit, it no longer had that mission. Yes, I must have ended up having to reload without realizing it. Anyway, I think that is all for this program. We're editing first, well, real quick, we'll just edit our power plant, what is it called? Our beam power a bit. Edit it real quick. Just add a better nozzle ending on it. Refined its, what do they call it, radiator system. Put a bigger radiator in there because it was overheating. And yeah, put the right, there we go. Yep. We were here. I decided to try out see if there was a difference between the two hydrogen tanks, the ones from B940 parts and the one from Interstellar. I found out that the tanks from Interstellar are way less mass costing. However, they cost electricity. So what I'm guessing is the difference is this one's really insulated and doesn't cost near as much electricity to power, and the other one isn't very well insulated and requires cooling systems. So yeah, and that is what I did with this. Not much of a difference. Alright, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, and next time I think we're going to be able to start messing with the Explorer. Hope to see you there.